Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Quick heads up, cost of living going through the roof, am I right, guys?
Yes.
Not wrong, Whip. You are not wrong, the old Whip dog.
You've always
You're
been
wise.
Geez, you picked that stuff up really good.
He's got his finger on the
Oh,
pulse.
doesn't he?
Madam, across it all. I've seen prices go up. I've seen inflation. I've seen employment. I've
been around that long, mate.
I've seen mortgage. I've lived through 12 different wars.
Yeah,
I'm a wise old cat.
Cat.
Your interest rates were 18% back in the day, weren't they?
Oh, in the 80s, my God. You know, we'd bought our third house by then. It was through the bloody roof. I was only 45 at the time. Let's move on to this
thank
situation because we were talking about this yesterday. We were on the topic of, do you go for a guy who's broke, or have you broken up with someone because they don't have any money? This topic today is a woman has come out and her girlfriends have said, dump that fiancé, because he said, we will not be merging accounts when we're married. You will have your bank account and I will have my bank account, and they do not cross over.
Alarm bells for you, Kate, when you hear that?
No, I need a bit more information.
Let me share.
How old are they, and have they been married before?
They haven't been married before. They're now set to get married in a couple of months' time. She explains that she's on a good income of about $80,000 a year, so she has her own money.
Yep.
But he is on top dollar. He's making $320,000 a year.
Okay, wow.
So he's got a bit of... I would have thought he has a bit of room to move there in terms of being generous and maybe offering a little bit, or maybe there was some support, or... Depends on the expenses around the house as well, doesn't it?
Well, I'm sure that they would contribute equally. It's just that maybe they agree on that, and whatever is appropriate comes from their separate bank accounts, but they don't necessarily know what's going on in the others.
What would you do in this situation? She's gone on to say that he says we should share all running costs of the house.
Oh, so she's on 80 and he's on 320.
320.
And they should halve it.
Halve it. Utility bills.
Are they
water,
getting married?
gas. Yeah.
Okay, well, that makes it a little
Well,
different.
don't you join the bank accounts at marriage? Like, I mean, you would think there's your deadline, isn't it? Let's bring it all together.
I think
Do you suggest that he's hiding something?
I think first time round you do, because you're in love and you think this is forever.
Sorry, but
okay.
second time
This is-
round, Kate, if you found yourself in a relationship, you'd
No.
hide.
That's why I was prodding you with this huge stick from the other side of the studio.
I do think
Okay.
when you're younger,
Yeah.
you perhaps you do that more, but with a little bit more life experience and knowledge, you don't. I think you don't have to share everything all of the time. It's important to have individual things that belong to you, and that's not hiding anything. It's not so I can buy sneaky thing, or not
come
me.
on.
I
First
mean,
time
the
you've
people
referenced
that
you, yep.
the people can buy.
Can I ask you how far when
Ask
with
me
your
what you like.
when you got married? Did you have a joint bank account before you got married, or was it after the marriage? Can you remember?
I don't know if there was a. I don't know.
And your secret punting account. Like, is that still up and running? It is, isn't it?
No, so
I do. You know what?
Yeah.
I have a girlfriend, and her mother gave her some
Lots of
wonderful
girlfriends.
advice. No, this actually was a girlfriend. Combine your bank accounts, right? But stash money.
Yes.
Always have a secret account.
I agree.
Because you know what, darling? It may not last, and you need a.
I agree.
You know, if you can
Don't
afford
worry.
to put it somewhere, just always have a few little dollars hanging
I've
around.
got 7 hiding spots.
What do you mean? I hear you, sister.
Fatima's given us a call from Toongabbie, and now tell us about shared bank accounts. Your thoughts on those, Fatima?
I think if you have set up your own life and you're quite independent. So I got married later in life, and when my husband and I first met, we didn't even share our income with each other. So that's probably the first issue there, because you're immediately comparing what they should do.
Yes.
So we don't expose that. And then we set up a joint bank account and contributed to it for going out, groceries. 3 years later, we had a baby after we got married, and we still have separate bank accounts.
Oh, interesting.
So our income goes into our own separate bank accounts, and then we contribute to the bills, the mortgage, equally, despite our income. And we only found out what each other earn when we had to apply for a mortgage because it was too difficult for the banks.
Oh, how
Good
interesting.
on
Fatima,
you. I think. I don't like people that share all those details. I don't think you should be talking about what people earn or
because it
anything
doesn't-
like
that's not
that.
what the relationship's about.
Don't-
It's not about that.
I agree.
Don't give us a figure, Fatima, but Who had more in the bank account? Who had more? Who did have more when you were revealed to each other?
It
I
doesn't.
don't want to disclose
No,
that.
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I mean,
It does.
If you're contributing equally, it doesn't matter what's left in the bank
that's
account.
not
Kate,
true.
it's a small win. It's a small win
Yeah.
for you personally.
I mean, it is. Not that it's you would be a girlfriend, Kate, of course.
It is I'm not. None of this is my
No,
story. I'm
definitely
just,
not.
Do
just
you-
speaking on behalf of people like me.
Do you reckon you'll ever share your Dolomite account with somebody again?
my little Commonwealth Bank?
Do you but no? Has it scarred you though? Like,
What?
if you met someone now, would it be a long time into the relationship before you do share that joint
I
bank
don't know
account?
what you're talking.
Because you said you were going to start discussing the will and things with him. And I thought, that is a serious step
What
forward.
are you talking about?
Just your life.
Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.